Alright, hey guys, and welcome back. As this week I'm going to be taking a look at a little group of toys that I've been wanting to review for quite a while. I've done some reviews on some of their products before. That's Jada Toys, and they do a lot of good die-cast reproduction and like 1/64 scale, 1/32nd scale vehicle die-cast stuff like Scooby-Doo, pretty much anything you'd name it, any franchise you can think of. You know, they've done die-cast reproductions with a lot of their like Transformers and stuff like that. A lot of cool cars. I reviewed the Ecto one a while ago. They had a really nice model of that came out, so if you haven't seen that, definitely check out that review. But this is partially of their line. There's a couple that I don't have or that I'm not really interested in. This is the Jada Nano Hollywood Rides, which is kind of like a take on Micro Machines. At least that's what I take from it. And I've got a lot of cool ones here to look at today. We've got Transformers. We've got G.I. Joe, which is probably my favorite out of the group. We'll get to that in a second, but so well done. Back to the Future and Jurassic World. Now there's also Fast and the Furious, Batman from the original, like the Adam West Batman, and I believe there's Batman Returns. I haven't seen that yet. I'd be very interested in getting that one. So not so interested in the Fast and the Furious, but the two other Batman ones, like they're kind of cool. But these were the ones that caught my eye that I picked up a while ago, and kind of cool to take a look at all of them now. So let's take a look at each of the individual packages first, and then we'll go ahead and open them up and do a little comparison and get a good detailed look at them. Alright, so this is the Transformers one. This is really neat because the packaging right off the bat really just grabs your attention, grabs your eye. You have the classic look of Bumblebee and Optimus Prime. I love that they even do like the toy look in its transformed mode, so very, very cool. These are die-cast. We've got the Transformers More Than Meets the Eye logo down at the bottom, and we have Starscream, Bumblebee, and Optimus Prime. So a nice little selection of Autobots and Decepticons there. Very cool. I really, really love that they kept that goofy little plate like the original toy. That's some nice attention to detail. And you got some little art here and a larger view of each one of the vehicles. Alright, and now we have the G.I. Joe, and these have some considerable weight to them. Sometimes they fall over because they're actually very heavy. And this is really cool. We've got the nice artwork on the front here. And you have the three vehicles. You have the Snowcat, the Vamp Mk2, and the His Tank. As you guys know, I'm not really a Joe head, so sorry, I don't even know who's in like the half track, or I do, or I just kind of forgot. So sorry, but it's really a toss-up for me between the His Tank and the Snowcat. They both look amazing. I think the His Tank is probably my favorite, just because it's one of my favorite Joe vehicles of all time. Got a nice close-up look on the back there, so this looks fantastic. I mean, it really looks like they took the classic toys and just shrunk them down to like Micro Machine size, which is just nuts. And another super fun one here, we have Back to the Future with the DeLorean and the California Out of Time license plate. Looks so cool. You have the original Back to the Future DeLorean, Back to the Future 2, and then Back to the Future 3. So you've got all three movie variants of the cars, which look just fantastic. You got the lightning hitting it with the the brake lights revving up and the smoke. So it just reminds everybody of that classic scene with the gigawatts, and he's stuck in town hall before he burns rubber down the street. Back to the Future, the DeLorean flying through the air with the lightning all around it. So very, very cool. And then I think this is the newest one in the series. I picked this up not too long ago. And this is the Jurassic World series. It's kind of weird that they do that because a lot of these vehicles were in Jurassic Park and World, so I don't really know that Jurassic World logo fits. I think I should just say Jurassic Park, but I guess maybe for copyright reasons, that's why they have to say Jurassic World. So you got the helicopter, of course, the famous Jeep Wrangler, and the Ford Explorer. Very, very cool. Now, these all look great. The packaging is so well done on these. So now let's go ahead. We'll get them opened up and let's take a look at them all individually. Alright, so now that I've got them all out of their packaging, let's take a look at all these awesome little die-cast vehicles. And then at the end I want to do a comparison to see how they size up to like real Micro Machines. So let's start out, of course, with the Transformers. And let's take a look at them right in order. And we've got Starscream here. And I gotta say the paintwork on these is very nice. There's a lot of good weight and detail that goes into these little guys. And my god, I mean little. They are unbelievably small. John Masciata Jr. would be proud. You got the classic paint detailing work of Starscream, you know, his red and silver paint scheme. Got nice wheels on all of these, which roll very decently. You have the blue rear fins, the Decepticon logo, and my god, I would be lying if I said I didn't want these to transform. If they could ever do that, to where they could make something this small transform, that would be amazing, but I don't see that ever happening. But very cool. I can just hear Starscream cowering, "Retreat!" Looks absolutely perfect in like this teeny tiny, like 1/64th scale, or god, probably 1/18th scale. It's so tiny. Very awesome. And we have Bumblebee, one of the loyal Autobot heroes. And I gotta say, I don't like this version. I think they should have gone more for the cartoon look of Bumblebee. This looks too much like they're trying to do like a real reproduction. And like Bumblebee, the actual figure, he's not supposed to look like a real car. Like this looks like they're going from you know, like the more modern versions of Transformers. And it's not to say that it looks bad, but it's just that's not the way the real car looks, with a little Autobot logo on the side. You know, just it doesn't look cartoony enough for me. So I think this is a misstep. It still looks okay, but this to me just isn't Bumblebee. I mean, the detailing's fine, but this is just like, it doesn't even really look like a you know, a little punch buggy. It looks like some little British sedan. They got the dimensions and the proportions all wrong. Like that should be much more compacted, more round. The trunk should be shorter and more round. So while this is okay, and I mean, you know, he can chill with your other Transformers, I gotta say this is a big misstep and probably the biggest disappointment out of all of them. He just does not look like Bumblebee. Optimus Prime, I think that they did good. I think that this looks very true to the way the real Optimus Prime should look. The only problem is the smokestack should be a little bit taller. They generally shouldn't be that short. They're supposed to stick up higher over the cab. Other than that, I think that's a pretty good representation of Optimus. I mean, if you were to see this in a little playset with other cars, I mean, there's no doubt of who it is. You know, there's only one red and blue semi, you know, cab part of a trailer, so you definitely know it's Optimus. But those short stacks, that's the real big missed opportunity. I mean, you know, it would have cost a half of a cent worth of plastic to raise them like 1/16th of an inch to really give him that undeniable Optimus look. You know, so it still looks good. I still think Optimus looks good, but just not the way I remember. And also with the wheels, I don't like all this extra chrome. They should be more black in the center and maybe just kind of chrome around the hubcap, and that would look really good. Other than that, it looks fine. I don't really have that much complaints overall, but just someone who's a purist with a lot of retro stuff and grew up with Optimus and all this stuff, it's like, yeah, of course I'm gonna nitpick a little bit. But overall, they look great. I can't really complain. A little bit about Bumblebee, but overall, they still look good. On to G.I. Joe. And pardon my terrible singing. But here we have the Snowcat, which, man, this thing is awesome. I wish mine was as nice and complete as this. Mine's missing a whole bunch of stuff. I think I have a Snowcat. I'm not even sure. Now that I think about it, I'm not even sure if I do. But I think the one that I do is missing a bunch of stuff. But this looks great. This is like a perfect rendition of how it's supposed to look, with the missiles, the front cab, the wiring and the gadgets on the side, the treads, the wheels really roll nice and smooth. I mean, wow, that's just crazy. Like, I just imagine like Half-Track and Sergeant Slaughter to just like, you know, jump out of there, and like I can see like the red and blue lasers just looking at this thing. This looks like it just jumped right out of the cartoon, right out of the original toy line. This is, you know, you got the Snowcat logo on there. That's done so well. So perfect, absolutely perfect. And then we have the Vamp Mk2, which I don't know quite a lot about this vehicle, but it looks, if it's anything in comparison to the Snowcat, this looks like it would be true to form. Again, like I said, I'm not that big of a Joe head, so I'm not really 100% sure how the original vehicle is supposed to look. But again, this looks good. A lot of good detailing. I love how they do the missiles and all the little paint decals and everything. And, you know, I could spot this a mile away and just know that's G.I. Joe, you know, even without any, you know, there's no doubt anybody can see this and be like, oh, cool, that's G.I. Joe. So that tells you this was really, you know, really well done. Another nice little vehicle in the line. And then my very favorite one of all, oh my god, it's so simple, but it looks so good. Of course, the Cobra Hiss tank. I mean, who doesn't know this classic Cobra enemy vehicle? You know, those big, giant, triangular tanks, and the way the nose is hovered in the air. You know, you have the hatchback in the back where they can get in, and the cockpit with the dual guns, the red and black paint scheme, the way the Cobra logo stands out nice and bright on that. Looks fantastic. The silver cockpit. You know, you can just imagine Destro, you know, driving or piloting or manning the guns up there. So this looks fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Just a great job all around. The G.I. Joe line is so well done. That's definitely why it's my favorite. And now on to the Back to the Future ones. Of course, we have the classic DeLorean. And, you know, not really too much to say about this, except it looks good. This looks exactly the way the original DeLorean and the original Back to the Future should look. So I don't have anything negative to say about this. It's a shame. I wish you could see more of the details, of course, on the inside. You can't. Maybe opening doors. That would be kind of cool. Oh, one little misstep. I don't see the license plate. Well, but other than that, looks really good. Another really well-designed little car that looks great. And these are so nice that they have the weight to them. I really like that they're die-cast. And then we have the DeLorean from Back to the Future 2, which this is really neat because this has kind of like a little hidden feature. And that's that it has like these extra wheels that are higher on the center, so that way it looks like it's flying. So how cool is that? Because this, you can't really notice too much of the differences, but you know, the wheels are out to the side, so he's flying because he juiced up, you know, the flux capacitor and everything, to be able to go back further in time and not have as many problems going back to the future and back to the past. So very cool, looks nice, and I like that little added feature. And then we have the final DeLorean from Back to the Future 3. And this they really nailed with everything. The hubcaps are the correct color, the red and black. You have the modified engine again. All the little enhancements. I really wish they would have painted the license plate on there. That's kind of a bummer. But other than that, looks really good. Just nice, very nice, very nice. These are such great little cars. And the cool thing is you can really put these in with your Micro Machines collection because they're so small, like they're almost the same scale. And now with the Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, I'm going to say Jurassic Park anyway, we have the classic helicopter, and I believe, let's see, better, There we go. Yeah, the little rotor blades you can fold out, so that way it looks, you know, like it's getting ready to land or to fly there. Paint scheme looks nice. This looks just like the movie when they're rescuing people and leaving the island and everything, you know, so looks very good. Color scheme looks good. It really looks true to form. Very nicely done. One of my other favorite vehicles in this series is the 1992 Jurassic Park Jeep Wrangler. I mean, man, you don't get much more iconic than this when it comes to iconic movie cars. Just that light tan and red color scheme, the black roll bars, the black and red wheels, the grille. I mean, does anything say Jurassic Park more than this? That is just incredible, fantastic job. Absolutely 100% knocked out of the park with the logos on everything. And I like how this is open. It's one of the few that are, so, you know, you can see the details in there. And I mean, you can almost imagine little mini scenes from the movie coming to life, like imagining everybody inside the Jeep and, you know, trying to escape from the raptors and stuff. So very cool. Gotta love that little logo on the side. It looks absolutely fantastic. And then, of course, last but not least, we have the Jurassic Park / Jurassic World 1992 Ford Explorer. And again, another one where they just nailed this 100% with the color scheme. You know, totally, if you can't imagine that scene where they're all, you know, stuck in here, and then the lawyer gets eaten, and they're trying to figure out who to kick out of, who to kick out of the Explorer, and it's rocking around, and they're all scared to death. You know, I can totally imagine them in there. And the paint scheme is perfect. You know, like the hood, look at that, looks absolutely perfect. And this is nailed dead on. This is so great. The grille is even raised a little bit, you know, just the way that it should be. So this is so well done. Absolutely perfect. So fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. And now let's do a little comparison here. Let's check out an original Galoob Micro Machine, and let's see how do these guys size up. Let's go with Bumblebee, and as you can see, they're really almost identical. Some of them look like they're slightly bigger. Actually, Bumblebee's a little bit smaller. That's actually a little bit taller. Length is about the same. So that's for one of the smaller ones. Of course, the tanks and everything, you know, the G.I. Joe stuff, they're going to be a little bit larger, but not much. I mean, that looks about the size of a lot of the military ones that the Micro Machines came out with. Like the Snowcat, of course, that'll be like way, way larger. But still, I mean, these are right in scale, so, you know, you can put these totally in with your Micro Machines play sets, and they will blend in, you know? You can have Doc Brown and G.I. Joe invade Micro Machine City. And I think that is the best thing about this, is just when you see these, they're just so, I mean, I know Micro Machines made a lot of them already in different styles like this, but they're so iconic and it's so cool you can put them in worlds like this. But now the Jeep is a lot bigger, but also the Jeep is a bigger vehicle in general, so, you know, these make sense. I mean, kind of. I mean, this, how to scale is this? That car actually, I don't think is that compact. So that's not a really true to real life scale on that. Some of the dimensions are off, but you know, let's take a look at Optimus here. And yeah, so these are really good to scale with like original Micro Machines. So very cool. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed taking this look at the Jada Nano Hollywood diecast vehicles featuring the Transformers, G.I. Joe, Back to the Future, and Jurassic Park / Jurassic World. I think they're really cool. They're still pretty readily available and cheap. They go for generally like $5 for a 3-pack, and I got these at Walmart / Target, so they should be fairly easy to track down at a local store near you. I totally recommend picking them up. They're fun to collect. They're awesome. Put them with your Micro Machines, display them. You know, they look fantastic, so I hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at these cool little toys, and I will see you back here next time.
Hey guys, if you liked the video that you just watched, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, and you can follow me at Facebook at King of Retro or Twitter at #8ByteBrian. See you next time!